Hey folks, welcome back to another project for the BTO, and this time is for May 2022. Today let's take a look at the Bukit Merah BTO site. I think this is one of the biggest sites for this May 2022 BTO, right? And I'll go through the unit types, site map, as well as talk about the price and the interior design of the house so that it can better help you make a decision whether you should go for the Bukit Merah BTO or not. Alright folks, so this is the Bukit Merah Ridge for the May 2022 BTO. So it is located at Bukit Merah View, Henderson Road and along Tiong Bahru Road. So it's pretty near to the recent resale transaction, the HDB that was sold for $1.4 million, right? I mean, it's a really prime estate, that's why it's going to be really popular. And not surprisingly, we only have 3 to 4 room flats following the mature estate kind of style. It's actually offered under the prime location housing model. So what that means is that you're going to get more restrictions in terms of selling your flat, as well as the MOP and the grants, right? So you can find out more reading up about the PLH model here. And there's going to be quite a few greenery in the surrounding areas, such as the Telok Blangah Hill Park, Mount Faber Park and Tiong Bahru Park, even the Bukit Merah Ridge. And it's going to come with a few of the facilities like childcare center, residence network center, playgrounds, fitness station, all the usual stuff. And this development will actually come with 2 multi-story car parks. So let's take a look at the project details. Estimated completion date around first quarter 2028. That is actually 6 years from now, which is quite a long wait, but I don't think it's surprising anymore now that normal BTOs are already 4 to 5 years to complete. So the flat types and number of units: for 3 room we have 443, 4 room we have 1226, total 1669 units for this Bukit Merah project. I think this is one of the biggest project areas for this launch, if not the biggest. So let's take a look at town map as well. What are the surroundings around this Bukit Merah Ridge project? Zoom in a little bit. Over here you can see that it's actually fairly near to the Tiong Bahru MRT station, as well as the Tiong Bahru Plaza, which is a shopping center just right above Tiong Bahru MRT. So if you do want to have like a few dining options, you want to watch a movie at Golden Village, Tiong Bahru, or you just want to do some grocery shopping, I think there's a fair price there as well. So I think all the amenities within Tiong Bahru are fairly convenient. In fact, Tiong Bahru Park is just right opposite this Tiong Bahru Road. So you do have a little bit of greenery here. And Tiong Bahru will be home to a lot of different cafes along the Tiong Bahru area, as well as the Tiong Bahru Market and Food Center, which is a lot of food options, right? So if you're living around Tiong Bahru, it's really a nice little estate. So with that, let's take a look at some of the pictures here. Here is the artist's impression of the project. It looks like a fairly tall building, I think 30 to 40 floors, and the color theme is red and white. So symbolizes a Singapore flag color. Very nice. And here is the internal area. I don't think you can see much from here, but it looks quite nice, right? The red and white colors. Next, let's move on to the site plan, because this will detail out what kind of facilities are there and where are your units facing at. So I think let's take a look at facilities here. We do have children's playground, fitness station, elderly fitness station, multi-purpose court, all that stuff. Most importantly, is there a childcare center? Yes, at number 10. So let's take a look at where is number 10, because if you want to send your kids, you need to be sure where is the childcare center located. So there's actually a 3-story social communal facilities with a green roof at block 132. And that is where your childcare center will be at. Then over here you have 2 multi-story car parks, one at each side of the corner, so there's plenty of parking space available at block 131 and block 133. Now there are actually 5 block numbers here, from 132A to 137A. In fact, the top floor is actually at the 48th floor. That is a really high floor, right? I mean, 20 to 30 floors is already really high, and then you are now doubling it at 48 floors. This may be one of the tallest HDB built in the recent years. And for 3 room you have a number of 443 units, 4 room we have a total of 1226 units. So just a brief outlook of this site plan. You know that your Tiong Bahru MRT is over here at the eastern side, so if you do want to be closer to the MRT, then you have to stay at block 132A. Okay, if you want a nearer access to the MRT. Whereas if you stay in blocks like 137A, although you are furthest away from the MRT, you do get to enjoy a little bit of serene and quietness, because it's not facing the main road. The main road is along Tiong Bahru Road and Henderson Road, so you maybe want to pick a few units here if you do want to be a little bit more quiet environment. So I don't think there are any poor units here. Most of it are east facing, north facing or south south facing. There are no units that are facing directly to the west, because you know the west sun, and the sun sets in the west, right? It will heat up the walls and the doors if you are facing the west direction, and that will put more strain on your air conditioning if you want to cool the entire place down. So which unit would I select? I would say I would definitely want to select units that are nearer to the MRT as well as the Tiong Bahru Park, because you will have a little bit of unblocked view, right? At least you're not facing like other HDB flats, so you have a little bit of greenery facing the Tiong Bahru Park. So there will be units along this road like 524, 526, 504 and 506. Of course, if you are living nearer to the traffic junction along Tiong Bahru Road and Lower Delta Road, you do expect a little bit more traffic noise coming from the intersection of this. And one more thing is the bus bay and shelter, right? Because if it's raining heavily and you want sheltered access to the nearby MRT, then maybe another good option is to take this overhead bridge over to the opposite bus stop and then take the bus for one stop so that you can remain dry as you approach the MRT station. Now, one more thing to note is that there is no food court or kopitiams built within this project, so you either have to go to the neighboring estate or you have to go to Tiong Bahru Plaza or the nearby food center to get your meals. And with that, let's take a look at the price and flat details, starting from the 3-room flat. So the estimated internal floor area is 63 square meters. The price range is between $377,000 to $509,000, and it's actually quite a large range because of the difference in floors. We are talking about the second floor to the 47th or 48th floor. That is actually quite a huge difference. If we look at resale prices nearby, I'm sure you can tell this is a really prime estate. So we are looking at 500 to 720,000 just for a 3-room flat nearby. Okay, so this PLH has its merits. If you want to save money and you are willing to wait, I think that's a good option to wait for the PLH, even though you have a longer MOP and building construction time. So let's take a look at the floor plan here as well. This is for the internal floor area of 63 square meters with the aircon ledge. So over here, once you enter from the main door, your kitchen and utility area is on your left. You know that there is no service yard walls and doors to be hacked. Okay, I think HDB realized that for smaller homes, they may need more space around the kitchen area, so that is not required to build the service yard separation door and the wall. And that means that you can actually extend your kitchen all the way out to your service yard and then build your grills and the windows if necessary. So over here, leading to the living and dining area, you do have space for a very small dining table with 4 chairs and a 3-seater sofa at the living room. Okay, your household shelter is at the center, so for those who prefer this layout, this is something that you can note. You do have 2 bedrooms, one being the master bedroom with an ensuite toilet and then the common toilet over here. Nothing much to shout about. I think this is a very common 3-room layout. Now let's move on to the 4-room flats, right? What are we talking about the price range? Because I'm sure you can expect the price to be quite expensive. So we are looking at the 86 square meters internal floor area with a price between 540 to 737,000 Singapore dollars. So that is a really pricey 3-bedroom apartment if you ask me. If you are looking at the resale flat prices nearby, then it may not seem that expensive because we are looking at 860 to $1 million for a resale flat nearby. So I must say you must be earning fairly high income to be able to live in such an estate, because the financing is going to be really high, and if you do not want to loan too much money, then I think you need to have either a huge cash reserve or a huge CPF reserve. And let's take a look at the layout ideas for your home, which is the floor plan as well. We do have an internal floor area 86 square meters, and this is a 4-room BTO flat. That means it comes with 3 bedrooms, 1 being the master bedroom and 2 being the common bedrooms. Once you step into the apartment, you can note that for the kitchen wise, it's actually an open concept, which means that there is no walls separating between the living room and the kitchen. So if you do want to do some heavy cooking, then you can consider building either a partition wall, or you can do up some glass panels or glass doors to separate the heavy fumes from the kitchen to the living room. But one thing is that your service yard actually have the walls and doors here, which I think a lot of people actually engage a contractor to hack down the service yard so that they can have a larger kitchen. So it's really up to you, but do seek HDB's permission before you engage in any kind of renovation or hacking works. This time for the 4-room BTO flats, your household shelter is actually along the living room instead of being at the center. So at the center, you can put your dining table. You can actually fit 6-seater dining set. And then for the living and dining room, it's a slightly larger than the 3-room flat. And for the bedroom wise, I think it's about the same, other than the master bedroom being slightly larger with a corridor space. And it comes with an ensuite bathroom. And then we have a very small common toilet over here. So that's about it for the floor plan. Now let's take a look at the finishes and fittings. Now for this project, you actually have non-optional finishes, which means that the floor tiles and the wall tiles in the bathroom and kitchen, all these cannot be hacked. I think this is the default option. And if you look at the OCS, the optional component scheme, you can have the option to add in flooring and internal doors. I mean, we are talking about 4-room flat pricing here. So if we want to do up the flooring, it's actually $4,740, and they will be providing you vinyl strip flooring in the bedrooms and porcelain floor tiles in the living and dining area. Of course, if you prefer to have your floor tiles designed and laid out after the building is completed, then you do not seek this option because it is irreversible and the money you paid cannot be refunded. The other option of optional component scheme is to do up the internal doors and sanitary fittings for a total of $3,180. So you will be provided with 3 bedroom doors and 2 bathroom doors that are foldable, and they will also provide the wash basin with tap mixer as well as a shower set with bathroom and shower mixer. So if you want everything already included, just go and opt in for the optional component scheme, but you do have to discuss with your partner whether all this is really suitable for you. And if you click into the optional component scheme, they will show you how does all these furnishings fittings looks like, and they only show you the wash basin with the tap mixer and the shower set. So if you have felt that this walkthrough has helped you to decide whether Bukit Merah project is good for you, then do help me comment a thank you at the comment section. I'll greatly appreciate it, and let's get back to the video. Alright folks, welcome back. So I hope that this BTO analysis has helped you to better decide whether this BTO is an ideal location and project site for you. And if you want to look at the subscription rates as of the end of today, you can refer to this table over here, updated from HDB. Also check out my other property videos on this HDB BTO for property playlist right over here. Just click on it and select the favorite video that you want to watch. With that, thank you for watching. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.